Well, looks like Linda has also taken a seat, so it will be Liz Johnson leading it off. Higher seat as the choice. Liz lives in the Buffalo area in Cheektowaga. And that's pretty much what you expect out of Liz Johnson.
That's exactly what you expect out of Liz. We had talked about it before among a bunch of the guys that were around and the close watchers, and Liz is probably the person to beat here. She plays a little further right than everyone. She's firmer than everyone, and she is a shot maker. She gets on in rhythm. It's going to be awfully hard to knock her off.
See if Linda can maintain the rhythm here and snaps that right into the pocket. Well, we mentioned that we have several former champions in the field. We also have some in our audience, and standing by with our Kathy Doran-Lizzie is a two-time U.S. Open winner, Pat Costello. Kathy?
Pat, one of the greatest women bowlers ever. Because of what you've done, you've allowed this to be possible for us. And unfortunately, in your era, we didn't have the money in bowling that we do now. What do you think of this? $50,000.
Well, this is incredible. I had to be here for this. It's the most exciting thing. You've got 5 great players out there. Anybody can win. Thanks, you know, USBC and BPAA and Ebonite pulled this off. I think it's fantastic.
Not only that, but she made me bring the camera over here. She told me that earlier. She wanted to be on TV. Back to you, Dave.
All right, Kathy. And Pat, thank you very much for everything you've done for women's bowling. I can guarantee you these ladies who are here tonight have not forgotten about your contributions. Linda opens with a double and just remains locked in to our pair. But again, that's what you expect out of Liz Johnson. She's not backing down from anybody, has no reason to, of course. Her successes, it's going to take probably till tomorrow to finish off the Liz Johnson resume of bowling success. You see there what she's done at this championship. She's won the Queens in 2009. She was very successful in the days of the Women's Tour. She had 11 championships before that folded in 2003. She's been a College Bowler of the Year, as has Lynda-Barnes. In fact, Liz was a finalist in the Open last year and lost to Kelly Kulick. Oh, a lot of fans started applauding that, thinking that she had nailed the strike, but the 10-pin stands up.
Boy, this is a great shot here. And what you'll see is the 6-pin right there go around the 10. What a good shot. This is going to be a battle. You have 2 shot makers that are both lined up.
Oy. All right, she can breathe now.
Something you don't often see either from her. She is a great spare shooter.
A little color back in her face after that almost went awry into the channel.
Your heart will skip a beat as you watch that one go down the lane.
Lynda-Barnes has struck of 9 of her last 10 frames. My goodness. Well, Linda, as much as any of the bowlers, and they all understand this environment, this opportunity, the $50,000, maybe the $1 million, she understands what this means to the sport of women's bowling.
I think it means that women's bowling never died. We just needed a little forum to get it going again, and here we are. You had the biggest turnout. You're going to have the largest crowd here watching. I think it speaks volumes for what women's bowling can do.
Well now, front 4 for Lynda-Barnes. There were 14 300s thrown in qualifying. Linda did not throw one, although she came exceptionally close with a couple of games in the high 290s. And what about the Ebonite keys of victory for Liz Johnson?
Well, Liz just basically carry the 10-pin. She's an excellent shot maker. She's going to be firm, and she's going to be online. And speed control is the key to that. She gets too firm or too soft on a shot there.
And what happened there?
You pay the price. She gets a little, wasn't really that firm on the last shot, but rings a 10. And the thing you often come back on is to try and make it hit. This ball cuts through the middle, leading 4-6.
Oh, she went for it. Why not? knowing that Linda is on fire right now, that was a wise move for Liz Johnson. You've got to gamble. One pin may not make a big difference at this point. She's in a, man, this is what happened in the match for Shannon O'Keefe. Lynda-Barnes got going early, built up a huge lead, and Shannon could never overcome that. And Liz is running into that buzzsaw right now.
In this environment, and so short, it's hard to resist the temptation to try and make it strike. And as soon as you do that, you pay the penalty.
But Liz is not the type to give up. She has battled men on the PBA Tour, and sometimes very successfully. At the USBC Masters, as a matter of fact, she finished 13th in 2007. No woman had ever finished that high before. But the storyline right now is Lynda-Barnes easily won match number 1. In the number 5 position. And the front 5 as the 10 pin is kicked aside. And don't forget, bowling fans, from Chicago's 10-pin bowling lounge, you can catch the conclusion of the Geico PBA team shootout. I think I know who's going to be in that show. Sitting right next to me. Tune in to see the conclusion starting tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Just to remind you, Chris, the $1 million is only in the championship match.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed about that. This is coming a little early here, but she's really good with it. And she's actually moved a little bit to the right. Liz playing out to the right has made that spot hook even more. She's moved her eyes a little bit. She's getting a better move off of that friction, and her ball's got more angle going through the pins.
And she did not change balls.
No, she did not.
All right. Some thought of that.
Roll.
That, why not? Just beat him in a bag and mix him up. Front 6 for Linda.
You know you're doing the right thing here. She whiffed this one at the bottom and got it in a little bit both, and it managed to still get back to the head pin. Watch as the head pin does all the work here.
Well, it can be your enemy. It can also be your friend. And you see that plus 54. That dove in hard on Liz, and there's the ball speed issue that you talked about there. She leaves the 4-pin behind.
Well, and Shannon had some issues with the 4-pin on that lane as well. It seems like that lane slows down a little bit faster than, a little bit quicker than the left lane does. And so I think you're going to see players as we move on here on lane 4 be a little bit left with their feet on that lane to battle that extra friction.
Now, Liz Johnson just bowls. She is truly a professional bowler. She bowls around the world. She bowls in any event she can find, men's tour, and there's any women's events, regional events. This is her love, and she's exceptionally good at it.
Look at all those people in the background.
Yeah, isn't that wild? Come on, get out of there. One of those two had to go, and that 7-pin just won't. Well, you've been spending time at the Bowl Expo in Arlington, and a trade show for the bowling industry. A lot of those folks are here as well, and the pins sort of cooperated and sort of didn't.
Watch the head pin as it comes across. Holds out the 10. The head pin tapped the 7 on the way by, but wouldn't knock it over. Well, big trouble now. She's on a 225 max score, and Linda is on a 240 pace, provided she stays clean.
Her max score is a little higher than that right now. Yep. Right now, every break, too. You got to admit, getting a tap on the 4 is not ordinary.
Yeah. She's matched up exceptionally well there. That was left to target again, but she actually rolled that one at the bottom, and that one should have gone high. To be honest, you'd rather go ahead and 4-pin right there and get that one out of the way. I don't want to use too many breaks this early in the matches.
That target, well, there you go. That'll stop it at 7 straight.
That's all right.
I don't think she's complaining.
I didn't like her chance of shooting 2 300s in the finals.
Boy, would you ever hear the end of that? And Lynda-Barnes has this match pretty much locked down. She has a commanding lead on the third seed, Liz Johnson. So right now, it's the Lynda-Barnes Show, also known as the U.S. Women's Open, from Cowboy Stadium in front of what may be a record crowd for bowling anywhere.
Welcome back. I'm with Leanne Holzenberg, who has yet to win this event. Do you want to win it?
Yeah, I would love to win it.
You're a mom now. Your son's here. How exciting would that be?
It'd be great. My husband hasn't ever seen me win a tournament, so it would be a great thrill for all of us.
Good luck, my partner.
Thanks.
Dave?
All right, thank you both very much. Leanne had a sterling career when there was a PWBA. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Liz Johnson significantly down in this match against Lynda-Barnes, not necessarily because of anything that Liz has done wrong, but Lynda opened with a front 7 before going 9 spare in the 8th. A solid shot by Liz Johnson.
She's actually changed balls now, using the same ball that Lynda is, a much cleaner cover.
She should use the exact same ball that Lynda is what I would do.
Well, and that's just it. There's basically 2 ways to be real successful on either tour, and that's to do something exceptionally better than everyone else, or to be a great shot maker. And these 2 are shot makers, and so they're able to compete when the lanes are hard or when the lanes are high scoring like this.
Liz was 9 and 7 in match play. Buries it there in the pocket beautifully. Average 235 in the qualifying. Defeated Lynda in match play, but part of the fun of the match play competition, 16 match play games, is 30 bonus pins that are awarded in addition to your score when you win, or 15 if there happens to be a tie. Whoever is yelling behind us in the back, whoa, every time Lynda gets ready to nail a strike, and she's pointing in that direction. I don't know if that's a friend or a family member up there, but somebody is as dialed in as she is.
Watch this one coming right at us. Out to about the 6th, 7th board, right through the pins, 10 straight back. Just like the picture. Doesn't get any better than that.
And 7 pin will stick around for another shot, but again, Lynda's not doing anything to hurt herself. She can go 259 max, and Liz's max is 225. So Lynda-Barnes has nailed this match, and from 5th place, she's now 2 matches away from her first U.S. Women's Open title, 2 wins. And Leanne Holzenberg will be next. And there'll be some families in this next match because your boys are here. Leanne and her husband and her son Barrett are here.
Should be another great matchup of there's nothing but heavyweights. It's murderer's row, and that Lynda's trying to climb up through.
Well, right now the number 1 on that murderer's row is Lynda-Barnes. A 259 in this match. And a little wave to the boys right there. So Lynda-Barnes is moving up, taking on the number 2 seed, Leanne Holzenberg. And Chris is right. That is a major match. And waiting the winner of that match is the top seed and the dominant force in this tournament up to now, Kelly Kulick. So we've got 3 great bowlers left and 2 amazing matches for $50,000 to the winner. And maybe $1 million if one of our bowlers rolls a 300 in the championship match. And we're at Cowboy Stadium. You can't beat this.